welcome to today's challenge. Remember I told you I was going to make some seitan? Well, this is going to be part 1 of my seitan challenge. So bear with me, I'm quite nervous because I've not done this before, so I'm basically doing this with no experience whatsoever. I'm doing it completely from scratch, and what I've done is I've also made up my own recipe, because I've seen a few videos and done a few like tutorials. I haven't tested it or anything, but all I've done is just looked at a few tutorials, and I've kind of made up my mind what I'm going to put in my seitan. And the first thing I'm going to make with my seitan is some steaks. So what I've got my vital wheat gluten. I'm going to put I may put these onion granules in there, I'm not sure yet. I'll wait to see what the taste is like. And we've got some black pepper, because I think that'd be good for a steak. I've got some paprika, because that's really good with meats. I'm going to put some black. The recipe I saw was black beans, but I'm going to use kidney beans instead, because I think they'll go well as a meat. I've got the nutritional yeast, and I've got some all-purpose seasoning, because I find that goes nice with anything. I've also got some tomato paste puree, because that's going to go in there. That goes really nice in meats as well, I think. I've just thought of something else that I can add, which I've actually seen in some of the recipes for seitan, and that's mustard powder. That might go in there. I'm just going to leave it there anyway, because I didn't have all the ingredients that was for this particular recipe. I've got some balsamic vinegar, no meat-free stocks, they're beef, and some soy sauce. And this is gram flour, so that will go with the vital wheat gluten. Those get mixed together, and then all the flavouring is done separately, and that'll be poured into the flour. So I'm going to be using 2.5 cups of the vital wheat gluten. So I'm going to put 2 cups in there of my gram flour, and that's the same as chickpea flour as well, and that's only 1/4 cup. It's 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast. Stir that in. I'm going to really enjoy this, because it's going to be quite a lot of work involved, but I love doing this kind of thing, so this is going to be really fun. Like a little child at school. I remember the cookery lessons when you were at school. I don't know if anybody had those, they were great. My next bit, this is the flavouring that goes into the steak. I'm going to start off by putting some oil in the pan, and then add in some onions and garlic. I'm just going to stir that in until that caramelizes. They now look translucent, so they're ready to go. What we're going to do next is put them in a blender with the rest of the ingredients. So I'll just stop that for a minute. My onions to the blender. Now add in the kidney beans to the onions as well. That's just 1/2 cup, about that much. Add in 1/2 cup of the no beef stock. In a tablespoon of tomato paste, so that's like 2 of these dessert spoons. That's 1, 2 in there. A teaspoon of black pepper. Just a tiny little bit, because that might be too strong. Just about this much. About this much paprika. Amount of mustard powder. A little bit of the onion granules, just for extra flavour. add some balsamic vinegar, not too much though. This isn't in the recipe, so I'm just going to add about this much, just in case it's too much, and I can give it a little try and see if I need any more. Soy sauce, I'm just going to put, it says to put 2 tablespoons, but I'm not sure, so I'm going to put 1 for now in this recipe, because I've got a slightly different recipe than he had. So now I'm going to blend. Where I'm going to add the mixture into the flour, this sauce into the flour, and then we're going to have some fun kneading, or I'm going to have some fun kneading. So I'm just going to put that in the middle there somewhere. And I just want to say this, I have done a taste test and I cannot believe how amazing that tastes. Just those ingredients there, I cannot believe how much, like, probably because of the beef stock as well. It really does taste like meat, to be honest, even already, just this liquid. So what I'm going to do is slowly mix that in, because it's a bit fluidy, so it might go everywhere. I'm just going to mix that in lightly. If there's not enough, then you'd probably add water to it. I can give it a little taste test as I go along, just to make sure that I'm getting the right flavours, or maybe the flavour's been a bit diluted because of the flour, I'm not sure, so I might want to put a bit of my seasoning in at the end, because I didn't put any in. So I'm just going to see how that goes anyway. It's kind of a bit sticky at the moment, but let's just see whether that's enough water, because I might need more water, because I think they use red wine in theirs and I haven't used that. That's why I used a bit of balsamic vinegar, because I thought it's a little bit similar really. Vinegars and wine, they're quite similar, and I think balsamic vinegar tastes so great with meats. Yeah, this is definitely going to need some water. Just added my water, just made it a little bit more stickier. You can see why this is hard work, because it's really tough. Already it's really tough. Oh my god, you could do a workout with this. I'm just going to put a little bit more water in there because it's still quite dry. You probably did need more fluids in there, but I think the flavouring's going to be fine. Because I mean, when you've cooked once you've done, this is only the base, so once you've done your base, and it comes, because this has got to go in the freezer for about 12 hours afterwards. You've also got to steam it, so once you've done all that and then you've had it in the freezer for about 12 hours, when you take it out to cook it, then you can add more flavour in. This is just the base. That's the great thing about this. So it doesn't necessarily go wrong at this stage, the flavouring. I've still got her, I'm going to call it her, I've still got her in the bowl, because I haven't had the guts to get it out yet. But oh my god, it feels like bread a little bit, but really tough, like a really nice bread, a really nice, like luxurious bread, brown bread. So now I'm going to take it out of the bowl, because it feels ready to, oh my god, this feels so good. I can really let my anger out on this. This is amazing. Oh my god, that feels so good. I cannot believe that we didn't do this years ago. This is so, I cannot believe how good this is. And it feels so, it does, I didn't think I'd get it to come out like that. I thought it's going to be really difficult, really tough to get that to come out exactly like that. But I cannot believe how easy it is, really. Oh my god, goodness me. And you've got to really give this a good old knead. Let all your aggression out on it, or to make out you're doing a workout, you're in the gym. Oh my god, I'm worn out already. And I wanted to make this video a bit funny as well, you know, have a laugh, because it is something I've never done before, and I think that's the funniest part, that I've never done this before. I'm doing it exactly from, oh my god, this is brilliant. I know I sound a bit funny, like I keep saying it's brilliant, but it's not really the thing people say when they're cooking, but I'm so excited about doing it. I'm getting puffed out, as you can hear. But you really have got to, like if I had a rolling pin, you could bash it like that. I haven't got one, shame. I suppose apparently you've got to keep on kneading until it's really, until it kind of bounces back. See that? When you put your finger in there, it should kind of bounce back. So I have to keep on doing it until it's tough enough to bounce back. It's really got a good texture. It's pretty hard to do this, but it's enjoyable. And I like that, that stretchiness about it. It's amazing. I can't believe that it just does that. I thought that I was going to be struggling to get that bit like that, but it really is quite easy to do. Just got to keep on kneading for about 15 minutes, they said. So I'm going to have really strong arms after this. I won't have to do my workout tonight now, because this is going to be it. This is going to be my arm workout anyway, especially for me. There's a few cracks in there. I don't know why they're. It's really sort of. But look at this. Look. It's amazing. Just as it is on the videos. Looks like the flavouring hasn't gone all the way around, but oh, there we go. It'll be fine anyway. Like I said, when you cook it, you can add more flavourings to it. Now what I'm going to do is make my little steaks, get them all prepared to go in. This is the next part, is to go into the steamer. So I'm just going to break this up into as many pieces as I'd like. So I just sort of work out what size I need for my steaks. I think it's going to be about this size. So let's just make about a group of little round pieces like that. It's really stringy. Look, it's come out great. So that's the little steaks. See how many I can get out. Two can be steaks, maybe 3, and then these 3 can be now that one can be a steak, 'cause it's quite big. And then these ones can be burgers, or I'll make some smaller ones actually for burgers. So I just make that into a kind of round, flat burger like that. Pieces of fit into the steamer. That's my cooker that I use, the rice cooker that I use, because it's got many uses. These machines are brilliant. They're used for all kinds of things. They're quite versatile, so that's why I'm using it. It's really handy. I'm going to put the steamer on. So it says to steam it, this one, for 1 hour. Normally they can say 2 hours, but this one for some reason he said 1 hour. This means that it's just finished. The hour is up, and I'm going to take out my, oh God, it's steaming hot. I'm going to take out my meat. Oh my God, a piece of it's come out there, look, I can see a bit. And I'm going to take that and put that in the freezer now. I maybe let it cool down slightly, because I don't think that's a good idea to put it straight in there when there's other things freezing in there and there's still steam coming off. It may not be, it may be coming from the water, but anyway, I've got a little shelf to put them on their own. So I'm just going to put them in the freezer now. Have a little sneak preview. There we go. It's looking quite good. It's very hot though. I'll touch my finger. It's looking pretty good. What it's looking like. Open. I just wanted to show what it looked like. Then I'm going to cut a piece, just so you can get an idea. And this is what it looks like. It's pretty good. I just tasted a bit and it's got a very similar texture to meat. The flavour's not great, but like I said, you can add flavour when you cook it. But it's, oh my God, that is literally really good. The actual texture is identical to meat. I just tried a piece and it reminds me exactly like meat. So all I got to do now, this is going to go in the freezer because it stays in the freezer for about 8 hours. So that maybe that makes the texture even better. And then take it out and then cook it after that. Thank you everyone for looking at this video and seeing how to make seitan. This is part 1 of my seitan challenge, and my part 2 will be coming very shortly. So please like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. I'll be showing more experiments with seitan in the future. I just want to explain that you may be asked by meat eaters why you're looking to eat a kind of food that is resembling meat. For a vegan, this is vegan meat, and it's an alternative for the usual protein that you would get from animal products, but without the harm of an animal. So what we are essentially saying is that we can eat meat as a vegan, but it's made from flour and wheat. So it means that no animals are harmed in the process, because a lot of meat eaters will ask you why you want to eat meat, but it's usually because of the protein intake that we need, and also because maybe you just like certain tastes. We all know by now that many people don't really want to transition onto a vegan diet because they like the taste of meat and they like the texture. The whole point to the seitan idea is so that we can eat meat as a vegan and enjoy good protein sources, while this is actually made from whole foods alone. Anyway, thank you for watching everybody, and see you in the next video.